Let's practice best speaking battery. Please ask me five questions one by one about the topic food and drink. After I answer, please give me short feedback on my content, cohesion, grammar, vocabulary, and fluency, and then ask me the next question.
Absolutely. That sounds perfect. Let's dive right in. Here's the first question. What kind of food do you usually eat at home and who cooks it? Take your time, and whenever you're ready, just let me know your answer.
Mm, at home, I usually eat dry vegetable, fish, and sometimes chicken. My mother cooks most of the meal, but sometimes I have her in the chicken, especially as weekend.
That was a great answer. Here's some feedback. You gave a clear idea of what you usually eat and who cooks, so that's great. The structure was good overall. Just a small note, instead of have her in the chicken, you might say help her with the chicken. Vocabulary. You used good vocabulary and it's easy to understand. You spoke smoothly and clearly, which is awesome. All in all, that was really good.
Next question.
All right, here's the next question. Do you prefer eating at restaurants or at home? Why? Feel free to share your thoughts whenever you're ready.
Mm, I prefer eating at home because it is cheaper and usually healthy. At home, I can eat fresh food and I know how it is cooked. However, sometimes I like go to restaurant to try new dishes with my friend.
That was a solid response. Here's some feedback. You explained your preference really well, mentioning both the benefits of eating at home and the occasional enjoyment of restaurants. Grammar, that was great overall. Just a small note, instead of it is cheaper, you can say it's cheaper and I know how it is cooked, will be a little smoother. Vocabulary, you used good vocabulary and your ideas were clear. You spoke very naturally, so that was excellent. Overall, really well done. Let's move on to the next question whenever you're ready.
Okay, so next question.
Great. Here's the next question. Can you describe a traditional dish from your country? Feel free to air as much detail as
In my country, one famous traditional dish is pho. It is a hot sauce with fried noodles based on chicken and fresh herbs like basil and mint. People people usually eat for breakfast, but it is delicious at any time of the day.
nice job. Here's some feedback. You described the dish really well, mentioning the ingredients and how it's enjoyed, which is great. Grammar, that was pretty good. Just a tiny tweak. Instead of saying it is a hot soup with rice noodles based on chicken, you could say it's a hot soup with rice noodles and chicken. Vocabulary, you used some great descriptive words and it all made sense. Fluency, you spoke clearly and naturally, so that was great. Overall, really well done. Let's move on to the next question whenever you're ready.
Okay, next question.
All right, here's the next question. How often do you drink soft drinks, tea, or coffee? Which one do you like best? Looking forward to your answer.
Hmm, I drink tea almost every day, especially in the morning or when I feel tired. I sometimes drink coffee when I need more energy, and I drink soft drink only as party. I like tea best because it's light, healthy, and help me relax.
That was a great response. Here's some feedback. You did a great job explaining how often you drink each beverage and why you prefer tea. That was really good overall. Just a small note, instead of I sometimes drink coffee when I need more energy, You can say I sometimes have coffee when I need more energy. Vocabulary, you used a nice range of words and everything was clear, yet very naturally and smoothly, which was excellent. Overall, really well done. Let's go on to the final question whenever you're ready.
Okay, question, next question.
All right, here's the final question. If you could try food from another country, which one would you choose and why? Take your time and let me know your answer.
Hmm, I would like try Italian food, especially pizza and pasta. I love cheese and tomato. And I think Italian food is very tasty. I also want more to learn more about their food culture because it is famous around the world.
That was a fantastic answer. Here's some feedback. Content, you gave a clear and enthusiastic reason for why you'd like to try Italian food, which is great. Grammar, very good overall. Just a small note, instead of I want to learn more about their food culture, you could say I also want to learn more about their food culture. Vocabulary, you used great vocabulary and your reasons were very clear. You spoke smoothly and confidently, which was excellent. Overall, you did a wonderful job with all the questions. If you have any other questions or want to practice more, just let me know.